How can you make a course that can make over $1 million? I want to answer that for you here today. My name is Jeremiah Krakowski, and if I haven't met you yet, I've been working in the coaching, information publishing, digital marketing space for the last 21 years. I built multiple companies to over $10 million a year, and I help people that are beginners as well as those that are just starting how to make and scale businesses to $10,000, $20,000, and $30,000 per month with coaching programs, memberships, as well as online courses. What I want to break down for you is the process of being able to create something that can make you a sustainable income of over $1 million. But let's break it down simply, okay? For you to make $1 million, you've got to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Duh, obviously. What do you have a value that you can actually offer that would be $1 million? Well, the truth is, if you can take what you know that somebody else desires and you can teach it to other people, you can make money with that. One of the biggest things that I notice that a lot of people deal with is they don't have confidence that they have enough to be able to make money with a course or a program or a training like that. And honestly, it's because we're too caught up in judging ourselves as well as judging all this stuff that's out there, comparing ourselves to everybody else that's out there. Realize that if you can look at the info that you know and the transformation that you can bring people, you can charge money for it. So the number one thing that I recommend is pick a topic that you feel confident about, something that you have experience in, something that you have done before. And there's a variety of different ways to pick topics like that. You can even use AI to help you brainstorm certain topics to be able to use. But the way that I like to sell in a business that actually makes 7 figures is this. Let's break down the numbers on this. Is that if you have a course that is $100, okay? It's a decent price for a course. How many of these would you have to sell to make $1 million? Well, let's see how many zeros there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So you would need to sell at least 10,000 courses at $100 to be able to make $1 million. All right? That would be 10,000 people to pay you $100. But here's where the math gets interesting. Is that if you sell a course or a program for $1,000, the math changes completely. You only need 1,000 people to buy that course to make $1 million. If you sell a course for $2,500, how many do you need to sell to be able to make $1 million? Well, you only need to actually sell 400. And that's really the math that we're looking for, is the multiples that create economies at scale, so that you don't need tens of thousands of people buying it to be able to create that. In reality, people that make millions of dollars don't do so with $100 products. They may have a $100 product that's an entry-level product, but they end up having something that's about $1,000 to $2,500 to be able to sell to people and make the kind of money that they want to make, okay? Now, what is the process that we go out there to be able to sell to people? Well, you can do that a variety of different ways, through social media, through advertising, through going on podcasts, blogging, reaching people on the internet. And that's one of the number one things that I mentor people with in my accelerator program, is once they create their course, how do we sell it? How do we get clients? How do we get leads? How do we get people to actually buy the thing that we've put our time and effort and blood, sweat, and tears into, okay? And so the process of making $1 million with this is you figure out, number one, what is the transformation that I can bring to somebody? What is the result that is monetizable that I can charge? And I really want you to start thinking in these numbers, at least $2,500 for, okay? And here's why. Because if you're not charging at least that much, it's very difficult to be able to kind of create the kind of income that you want to make. And I meet a lot of people that come up with 1,001 reasons why they won't. Let's split this number in half. Let's just say, again, you're selling it for $1,250. In today's economy, everything is worth that much if the value is there. And you can make sure that you can deliver that value to people by showing up with confidence, by learning how to structure it, by how to put stuff together, and how to lead people to get the result that they are looking for, okay? And so what you want to do is you want to pick a topic that people desire. So we have the transformation that you can deliver. You have the desire of the prospect that they want. You have the thing that they want the most. And when you can package and connect these two together and bridge the gap, this creates finances for you, okay? So you take your experience, the transformation you can deliver to somebody, and you start teaching it to other people, teaching it over video, teaching it in a program that you sell to people, an information program. And there's a process for putting that together. It's actually a lot easier than most people think. There's very simple software. It used to be super complicated years ago. Now it's so simple, cost-effective, and easy that I think anybody can make $10,000, $20,000, or $30,000 a month doing this. And then if you want to go on to make $1 million, you absolutely can as well. And that's exactly what I love helping people with is how to actually take what do they know, put it together in a way that people want to buy, put it together in a way that people will say, okay, how do I get more of that? So what you have to figure out, though, is the desire that the person has. The only way that you're going to be able to sell something is not with information. Information is a dime a dozen. We have YouTube right here. You're watching this on YouTube. Information's everywhere. But the difference is transformation. And transformation comes when people get into an environment with you where they are making an investment with you. So they're putting their money where their mouth is and they're taking action with you to do something. 99% of the time, people who just watch YouTube videos don't get the results that they are looking for until they make an investment to get mentored by a coach or by a trainer or by a mentor who can walk them through those processes. And so what you do is you end up embodying the mentor that they need, the person that can provide them with the results that they are looking for, that they are seeking out. So we go far beyond information and we go directly into the transformation of how their life is going to change. And that becomes directly connected to the desire that they have. Once we understand those things, okay? And there's a process for understanding those things. We then go into finding the people that we want to reach. We figure out where do they congregate? Where do they spend their most time? Where do they put their attention? And then you end up actively promoting your course. You tell people about it. This is something that people end up doing way too passively. They get so passive. They hope that people will just end up finding them and then buying the thing that they put out there, when the truth is that doesn't happen in reality. That you have to be actively putting yourself out there, not just expecting people to find you because you're awesome. And I get that maybe you are awesome, but learn to promote, and that's where your money is going to come from. And then you got to actually close the sale. You have to know how to ask the buying questions and how to get people to make a purchase with you. And this is all built around people trusting you, people believing in the fact that you can deliver on the thing that you say that you are able to deliver on. And so one of the biggest mistakes that people make is they're so focused on the what that they're going to deliver. They're so focused on how they're going to help people. They're so focused on the nitty-gritty, in-depth areas of, well, we're going to do this, and they end up investing all of their time into all the details when they're not paying attention to who are the people that are out there that we're going to promote to. And this is where you want to put your focus. You want to put your focus on these people that are right here. What do they want? What do they desire? And how can we bring them into your space and into your ecosystem? And so the number one thing that you have to do is you have to grow your email list. And you have to get people onto an email list and into a community with you to where you can connect with them based on those desires that they have, okay? And so when you're able to connect with people based on the desires that they have, you're able to lead them to the result that you can deliver. It takes active leadership. Too many people are so passive in this process where they're working on how do I look right to people and how do I master the marketing side of things and so focused on perfectionism, doing all the things perfectly, posturing themselves. How do I appear like somebody that people can trust? When in reality, it just boils down to learning how to use the words that you say and the words that you write in a way that actually makes a real, tangible connection with people. And when you can connect with people and they trust you, so you connect with them, you can never build trust with somebody unless there is a connection. There's enough people and things and stuff out there that is trying to get people's attention, that's trying to connect. So we go from attention to connection to trust. Okay? And I can look at even in the dating world. That's exactly what we do. We got attention. You get the attention of a mate. Connection. You actually start to like each other, and then trust is built, and then that's where commitment comes from. And getting commitment out of people, both in what they're going to do for themselves, and this is where the purchase comes from. So these 4 stages of capturing attention, getting people to see you, and being willing to be seen is the first stage of it. One of the biggest reasons why most people never grow in their business is they're trying to not get attention from people. They don't want attention. They don't want people to see or notice them. And then on the flip side, they wish that people would see the value that they have to offer, but they don't want too much attention. Or maybe they do want attention, but they don't actually want connection. They just want it for selfish reasons of what they desire. Neither of those is going to build trust with anybody because people see right through that, and they don't want anything to do with people that appear or look like they have ulterior motives overall. And that's how you look when you're not doing this effectively, when you're not learning how to communicate and connect with people in the way that truly, truly matters. And when you can't build trust, you're never going to get the commitment of people actually purchasing something from you, actually choosing to work with you, actually choosing to take that next step with you. Not passively, not just, oh, wow, that's some good information. Oh, wow, like here's my email address, but then they're gone tomorrow. But like an actual tangible, they're going to make an investment with you where they're going to spend money with you. And by doing that, not only are they going to spend money with you, but they are committed to the result that you end up promising people. So the idea is you end up attracting the right people to you when you can connect with the right people to gain their trust and build that commitment. So the goal is that you don't want to attract unqualified buyers. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that people make, is that they're hoping that everybody out there sees them or whatever it is. And I just wish that somebody would notice me out there, when the truth is not everybody is qualified for the thing that you're going to be offering them. You want to find people that are actually qualified for the things that you are selling, for what is in your course. So again, if you're still bent out of shape, wondering, what should I put in my course that would have a value to people that they would want to buy it? I want you to literally like stop overthinking about that, if I can just encourage you on one thing. And like when we like step out of that we're worried, is it going to be good enough? Are people going to like it? Are they going to be disappointed in me if I get it wrong? That worry and fear, that fear of missing out, all of this fear is the kryptonite to this whole process. When you're operating out of fear, you can't make connection. You can't build trust. And you're not going to get people's attention or garner commitment or financial results. Okay? So fear really is the killer of your business overall. When you're operating in fear, you're not operating in your best. You're not showing up as your best. You're letting your emotions get the best of you instead of focusing in on how can I make that connection with somebody. And this is where a lot of the people that I meet are, is that they're really, really focused on, I want to make money, I want to build a business, but I'm just so afraid of doing it wrong or picking the wrong thing or going the wrong path about this. When you got to let go of that, and you got to let go of allowing fear, worry, insecurity to stop you. Business involves taking risk. Now, we don't want to take inordinate risk at all. We don't want to be reckless, but we have to learn how to put ourselves out there to be able to get attention, create connection, build trust, and then create commitment in people so that they make a purchase with us. And so that starts by understanding what is it that your target customer actually wants. What do they want more than anything else? To be able to get the attention of your target customer, you have to understand their deepest desires. You have to understand what are they afraid of that they don't want to happen. What are their fears? What are their worries? What are their doubts? What are their insecurities? And then you connect that to the transformation that you can deliver. And then what you end up putting into your course, you end up putting into your program is the thing that they desired the most, and the process of getting there, the process of reaching that goal. We have courses in my coaching program that are all about how to put this together and how to create a course that is world-class, that delivers results to people. In your marketing, and this is where we kind of split these two things together, is we do have the delivery side of things. This is where you're actually teaching and actually delivering the content. This is where you teach. This is where you mentor. This is the results that are delivered. What you have to do in your marketing side of things, because you can do all of this right here, and I know people that do. They're excellent at this, and they're broke, and they're not making any money, and they're not getting any clients, no matter how amazing this is. We think that this is going to turn into cash flow, and it's not true. It doesn't. All it does is it leaves us with a headache if that's all we're focused on. Now, it's great and it's important to deliver results to people, but if you're not marketing and actively connecting with people and selling and reaching people, you're never going to have people that you can actually deliver any kind of results to overall in a course or a program or a coaching program. Okay, so we have to learn how to market and how to sell to people. And this is where we connect with, we tap right into the result that we're going to deliver. We end up owning that result. We end up owning the outcome and communicating that with people. And we end up leading with the desire as well as the fantasy that people really want. What do they fantasize about the most? What do they wish was the reality for them? What do they wish they could experience more than anything else? Okay? So you package this up in some form of content that you can deliver to people. You got to make some kind of a content that you require people to either pay you for a low cost value or you give for free. Could be in the form of a 15-minute video, could be a 90-minute video, could be a 30-minute video, could be a YouTube video like this. This is an example of sales and marketing done well. It's exactly that. It's when you can deliver content that has value to people and they can show up to listen to it, it starts to build that trust. It starts to build that connection. And then it gives you an opportunity to present people with how you're able to deliver that result and transformation that is directly connected to the desire and the fantasy that people have for the outcome. Okay? So then we work backwards from there. As we can build out marketing materials for this, we can create advertising campaigns. We can create landing pages and opt-in forms. We can create offers that connect with people and get them to buy into the thing that we are offering them. One of the biggest mistakes that I notice that most coaches and mentors make is they're great at coaching and they stink at marketing and sales. And they don't know how to actually connect and communicate with people that gets people to make a buying decision. They're purely focused on delivering these results, which is, again, it's great, it's awesome, but it's not going to make you any money if that's all you're focused on. You got to learn how to market and how to communicate in a way that actually gets people to buy from you, that actually gets people to say, okay, I'm ready to make a change in my life. And you start to bring that transformation and you start to shape the minds and the thoughts of people to start moving in the direction of the thing that you have to offer. So this takes boldness. This takes confidence. This takes you showing up, fully believing in the thing that you're putting out there. And then being willing to attract a lot of people in front of you. And we like to use things such as video content that people can sign up for free. We use live events that people can sign up for. And then from there, that gives us the opportunity to build trust, to connect, and to present what we have for sale. So you have to have some kind of a mechanism, video training, that's going to connect with people, build trust, and present the thing that we're asking them to make commitment with. Okay? So all of that has to fit together. And so if you, let's say you're like, I don't have the skill in being able to create video content, or I don't feel confident on camera, things like that. Okay, I understand. Maybe you love connecting with people. You got to deal with, what are we afraid of? What are we trying to avoid? What do we think is going to happen if we get on camera? And start to learn that it's actually going to be the best vehicle in your life to be able to build your business and to get the clients that you want to have. And that insecurity that you might be feeling, if you do, is only temporary, and that you can learn to get comfortable with what might feel uncomfortable. One of the number one strategies that you have to be able to do if you're going to be able to be successful as a business owner is get comfortable with what feels uncomfortable, and what maybe you're like, I don't feel the best at doing this as far as that goes when it comes to your sales and marketing. It's one of those things that I tell people, you have to learn how to get comfortable with selling and with marketing and with reaching people. And so then when you do that, and you can start to learn how to calm your nervous system down, and you start to hear your inner voice, and you focus more on connecting with people and less on what do they think about me. Because really the reason why we feel uncomfortable is we're so focused on what does everybody think about me, what do I feel. We're very inner focused. So if we can start to move more outer focused to where other people are at, with what are they experiencing, with what are they feeling, and how can I make that connection with somebody, it allows us an opportunity to start to market and sell the stuff that we have to offer to people. Okay? So that happens by getting in front of people with some form of video content, some kind where you get them to actually watch the content, where they're actually going to spend time with you and consume that content. Why would people want to spend time with you to consume the content that you put out there? Because it's connected with promising what they desire and the outcome. So you've got to learn how to make bold promises for what you're able to deliver to people. And it has to be directly connected to the desire that the person has. And so in your sales and marketing, you end up boldly promising the thing that they want the most. Now, is everybody going to believe you? No, that's not reality. But the ones that really resonate with you, and there's mechanisms to build trust with people with this, most people are going to be skeptical of coaches and mentors. That's just how it is in the world today. Okay? So more so than ever, you got to learn how to demonstrate that value. You got to be able to show people that you know your stuff, and that you're somebody that they should listen to, and there's somebody that they should engage with, and that you're somebody that they can truly spend time with, and that they want to spend time with in your ecosystem. One of the biggest things is that when you build one of these businesses successfully, is that people will want to spend more time with you when you start to embody this type of energy. So one of the biggest mistakes, again, that people make is that they're so timid, they're so afraid, they're so worried, we're so stuck up in logic and caught up in our feelings. And when we can learn to just kind of let go of all those things and start to just enjoy the process and have fun and start to be more playful more often and start to do more fun. I'm telling you, one of the biggest strategies I give my coaching clients is that if they're struggling in their business is to go do something that's fun if you haven't in a while. And stop focusing so much on all the stuff you got to get done perfectly in your business. Stop focusing on all the stuff that you got to make sure is right and put together perfectly as far as that goes. And start to just truly believe that you have a message that people want, that you're going to show up, that's excellent, and people have a desire to spend time and listen to you. Now, it can be hard and it can be frustrating if you've been doing this for a long time and you're not getting results and you don't have people buying from you. And maybe you're doing all the right things and you've taken all the courses and all the trainings and it's not producing the results that you want. The reason why that I've noticed is that oftentimes it's because we're looping inside of our own thoughts and we think that we're doing all the right things when in fact we're showing up in a way that's repelling the right people. And nobody is actually being drawn in or attracted to the things that we're doing. So when we can learn to communicate in a way that is attractive to the right people, that draws them into our space, that draws them into our ecosystem, that makes them want to spend more time with us, that makes them want to dive deeper into the concepts that we have. And you learn how to communicate with the words and the language that you say and how you show up. And you can learn how to trigger positive emotions in how you communicate. And you can learn to teach in an engaging way. And you can learn to market in an engaging way where it doesn't feel like people are consuming sales or marketing material, but you're actually delivering value to people. That, my friends, makes the greatest return on your investment overall in your business. And again, that's one of the number one things that I get to help people with every single week inside my Client Growth Accelerator programs. People come to me, they got coaching programs, they got courses, and they're wondering, how do I get clients? How do I make people become a customer of mine? And they're struggling right where you're at, and I walk them through our process and our system for doing this. And I teach them the nuances of how to do this. And we dive deep into what is the psychology, what are the systems, and then how to keep it simple. That's number one of the best, most important things, is keeping it simple. If we overwhelm ourselves overall with trying to do all these things, we end up doing nothing. And that's what I see happen with a lot of people that struggle and fail, is that they're trying to do so much and they spread themselves so thin, trying to be perfect to try to make it work. Or they think they need to do so much that they don't do anything at all because they're stuck and they're worried and they're so insecure about getting it wrong or making a mistake. I usually see people on both sides of the spectrum. And what I encourage is literally like, just let go of all that pressure. Just release it. Just start to have more fun. Start to relax. Go spend time with one of your best friends, with your spouse. Go watch a movie. Go read a book that you like. Go watch a TV show. Go work out. Something to get the body and the blood flowing. Go for a walk somewhere. To get out of your head. To get out of your feelings. To get out of the stuckness. So then you can show up with power and with excitement and with enthusiasm. And then that attracts the right people to you. And then when you can do that and you make that an extension of the result that you deliver to people, we really got to get we're so caught up with making sure that everything works and that we're doing all the right things so often. Just give it your best shot. Just do your best, relax, and have fun with it. And then learn the systems and the processes of marketing. Building a lead magnet, building a landing page, building out a funnel. How do you then, once people are in your funnel, how do you sell to those people? And that's exactly what we go through and mentor people on in my coaching program, the Client Growth Accelerator, is how do we, once we make a connection with people, once we really truly connect with people, how do we take it a step further to be able to lead people to a sale? You can't do it passively anymore, my friends. You can't do it with, well, I got so much value, they just got to see it. I'm sorry. You got to be active and actually putting yourself out there, making a connection with people. Because all your competitors right now are doing all of that and more. And the game has changed in the last 5 years to where you have to learn how to truly connect with people in order to get clients. And maybe you're good at doing that one-to-one or one-on-one with people. But at scale, when you can do that in a group setting or you can sell a course to multiple people, you got to learn how to make the same level of connection that you do with people one-on-one at scale in a group. And there's mechanisms for doing that. And video content is the number one best way to be able to do that at scale. Because I can teach one message right now that then can reach many, many people at one time. I can send an email out to 5,000, 10,000, 100,000 people to reach them with the message and offer that we have. And then from there, we're able to take them on a journey with us to be able to build that connection, build that trust, and invite them to make a commitment for their life and their future and to work with us to get the results that they want. And so When you can learn how to do this, and you can learn, anybody can learn how to do this. This is exactly, I mentor people on every single week in my coaching program. You can make money in your business. This is what most people don't know how to do. This is what most course creators and coaches don't know how to do. Is they're so just like so focused on the information and what do I deliver and what is my niche and all of that, when it takes learning to put yourself out there and connect with people, truly make a connection, to then get them to make that commitment to buy from you, okay? I'd love for you to make a commitment to work with me and to join my coaching program, the Client Growth Accelerator program. I'd love to see you in there. I enjoy working with people from all walks of life, from all different backgrounds, helping them get results. I've been doing this for 21 years, and I can help you get results as well. Jump in there. I'd love to have you. We'll talk soon. Have a good one.